Today on my Pan America, we're going to be installing some Black Dog CycleWorks traction foot peg. Black Dog CycleWorks is a small American business that specializes in making adventure motorcycle gear such as skid plates, foot pegs, racks, and arm. I've had a pretty terrible time with the stock pegs in this Pan America. Not only are they tiny, but in even the slightest wet conditions they become extremely slick and making getting on or off the bike a challenge. These new foot pegs have twice the surface area. This is the first time I've done business with Black Dog CycleWorks, but you really get the feeling that they care about every customer. Shortly after placing my order, I got an email directly from Martha letting me know that the foot pegs had finished machining and they're being sent off to the anodizer, and my order should ship out later that week. It's little personal touches like this, just little communications that really make you feel welcome when doing business with this company. So you can see, this is the stock Harley foot peg. Got this little rubber cap there. Couple little things there, and it's only 2 fingers wide. And they get real slippery. I got my little helper with me today. Say hi.
Hi.
You gonna be good? Alright, go have fun. On the other hand, here's a Black Dog CycleWorks foot peg compared to the stock peg. It's about double the width, much more texture, and it's a little bit longer. This is going to give me a lot more grip on the bike getting on and off, and should even be more comfortable too. Alright, so here is the stock foot peg. Here is the pin that holds the peg in, the spring, right there. In here, there is a little notch that springs out and locks it into place so it can go down, but it can't come out. It's a little ratchet. So you take this all, you got to press that pin, and then slowly get this thing out. While we're doing that, you want to make sure you keep downward pressure so that you don't get a gap here between the mount and the peg as this pin's coming up. Otherwise, that little notch, it'll get stuck in here, and that's a real pain in the butt to try to get out. So try to keep the foot peg seated on the bottom of the mount as you're pulling this pin out. And then as you get towards the top, you might want to switch and make sure you don't have a gap there. So you can see it's right here. You can depress it just like that. So as I push that in, I can start to push the whole pin out. Just like that. Okay. Okay, there it is. Push. And there you go. Piece of cake. You see right here, this is the little nub we're talking about. This little piece kind of springs out. All you gotta depress that and pull it out. The spring, you got a long side and a short side, and you want them down like this. The long side goes into the bike. The short side goes into the pedal. You want them kind of either like a frown, or like to me it looks like a mustache. You don't want them smiling. That's or like horns. That's not the right way. This is the right way. This side goes to the bike. Hey, you. You being good? Alright. Alright, now the Black Dog CycleWorks kit gets rid of the Harley spring-loaded pivot pin, and they have a normal pivot pin with a cotter key. It's a lot simpler. And They just think the original one's a pain in the butt, so they decided not to reuse it. And spring goes in. That little hole in the bike, spring goes there, so now the spring is captured. There we go, easy peasy. That's looking a lot better already. Okay, just like that. I don't know, I haven't tried putting the Harley pin back in, but I'm not sure really that's that much less of a pain in the butt, but again, this foot peg way bigger than the other one here. I mean, there's no comparison. Much happier. Alright, we got the second foot peg put in. For whatever reason, this one, getting the pin out, is a much bigger pain in the butt. This one has these extra traction spikes on there. You can put 6 per peg. I'm going to try them on this side, see what I think of them. And if I like them, I'll Loctite them per the instructions. And that's all there is to it. Pretty simple job. There's just one thing left to test. Yep, it works. Alright, got the foot pegs on. Let's see if it's any easier to get on. Normally, I step with my left foot onto the left peg, stand up, kick my leg over, kind of like it on the horse. I'm not the smallest guy out there. It's what works for me. Trying to avoid catching myself in these extra bags for the point never gets stitched yet. And I'm doing this in my tennis shoes, not my riding boots. Obviously, I'm not going to go in shorts. These definitely much better. Oh yeah, and if you're doing a lot of off-road riding where you're standing up, it's almost like having floorboards. This is great. The only thing we're missing right now is a test drive, but so far, I give the Black Dog Cycle Works Pan America foot pegs 10 out of 10.